live, and Wednesday. That means. Oh boy, why did I why did I set myself up to do 31 games? Why would I do this to me? Noticing something that's going to be a nuisance. And if I, but if I do that, okay, never mind then. Yeah, no, it's the Wednesday, so Pokemon time, and last time out was actually not part of the Catch Across the Gens challenge because it was Legends Yay. Because I had already finished with Pokemon. So, this time around, that means it's time for Pokemon Moon. Right? It's Moon. That's what I've got down in my list. I think I've streamed Sun before. I prefer Moon over Sun anyway. Trampoline Bat's the better legendary. Where's my charging cable? Need to plug the three. Wait, if I do this, is that going to affect anything? No. Cool. So I can just lower the brightness on the 3DS screen. It won't affect the thing. Good. Trying to put the 3DS in a spot where it'll hopefully get good reception, but not be visible to me, essentially. I don't want to see this changing out the corner of my eye. Alright, that will hopefully be good enough. Though as I say that, I see frame drops. Quality look. Anyway, as I said, it's time for Pokemon Moon, and there's been a small upgrade of sorts. I'm still playing on genuine hardware, however, because said genuine hardware doesn't have a capture card, I have to resort to wireless capture. Not the best quality. However, I had forgotten that actually, I think in 2024, a slightly better alternative had cropped up, and I don't have captures. Nothing there. I ran out of time because shit's finicky, to put it simply. Let's see. I want window cap. Yeah, it's that. Except very obvious. Can I get actual? Oh, press Alt and then. Okay, come on. I really should have given myself more time. make fine adjustments in a moment. Yep, that's fine. Now I go in and more precise trimming. Good. I think that's good. Now I gotta, which is fun. Oh boy. There's the notification. The last one was different. Thank you very much, Kelly. Holy, 70 months. You missed the nice number. Oh wait, that was some point. I need this. Very much, Kelly, for continuing to stay subscribed at tier 2. That is crazy. Trim it down completely, leave a little bit for adjustment after the fact. Damn it, Geeson. Thank you for the resubscription. 29 months. Oh, this is annoying. Yeah, 2-year streak. 2-year streak is definitely nothing to scoff at. People come and go as they please, especially with Prime, but keeping a sub up for that long. Heck, I think that's longer than I've been subscribed to anybody ever. Not like cumulative, like in a row. Although maybe ever as well, I don't remember. Subs a few years ago. Not that I had many. Cannot get the right. Oh, me. I don't know. Blackout cover it? I can't tell because they're on top. I had to keep moving them to show the notifications of every. Okay, now. Yes, they get black. Good enough then. And I've got the damn yellow border, because of course I do. Yes, I know you're capturing the window, thank you. I would really love to not. Alright, now that it's like 12 minutes into the stream, plus, let's get the show on the road, shall we? Looks like we're already set up for Alola. Yeah, all the Alola stuff seems to be active. Alola background is the one that's present. Alright. See that? If I tab in. No, you can't see that actually. That's funny. Anyway, yeah, this is a slightly different method for capturing than I've used before, and it should be better. It should be better frame rate, more consistent, and also, it had a moment there though. Oh, don't tell me I have to be tabbed in for that. Okay, that's annoying. Although it seems fine now, maybe the capture stopped it. I was getting flickering because G-Sync related nonsense. Oh look, it's evil showing up for once. Yeah. Can you tell that I'm using my controller? But this is still captured off of actual hardware. And, notifications in front this time. There sure is a button. It's the first time you've pressed that button in quite a while, isn't it, Evil? Everything's been going well for you. You've spoken occasionally in Discord, but I think that's it. I don't like how it keeps dropping out. I mean, I could always just do this and screw the capture up. Yep, that's definitely ideal. Bloody 3DS wireless. Yeah, thank you very much for resubscribing, Evil. Still staying subscribed. 55 months. Damn. Keep it up for another 14. You're not that far off, after all. But yeah, I am using my controller, like my Xbox controller for this, as I hit bumper. This is something I've technically been able to do for a while, I just didn't use it. However, with this better capture, why not? My 3DS can be over there closer to the antennas on the back of my computer, and hopefully that'll make a difference, which is clearly not capturing very well. Okay, that menu doesn't want to open via here. Okay. Anyway, let's actually open the thing. Is there any flickering? No, but you do see the pause. Boy. Why is that not going away? I've played around with things in the past, and apparently that still works on the digital version. Anyway, on the TV, so no chat. Fair enough, Evil. I need to enable the audio. Hmm? There we go. Okay, hopefully gets a little louder, because that's as loud as it gets on the 3DS. Okay, yeah. Hopefully this works well enough. Alright, I gotta be actually tabbed in, click to dismiss the menu. And let's go. Is not the game I'm playing. Thankfully. Good start. We'll just pretend that was his connection. Blah 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 blah. This is part of the Catch Across the Gens challenge. I gotta catch Kanto Pokémon that were introduced in the Kanto region, the Gen 1 game. And all the games that I own pre-ZA. It's a stupid challenge. I don't know why I'm actually doing this, but never mind that. Oh, don't worry, Evil. I'll get around to Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon in the distant future. I mean, the default option is blonde hair, but I mean, that is... What was the male character's name again? Elio or something like that? Something along those lines. Anyway, I've been choosing the male player character for these playthroughs, so let's continue that theme. Yep, that's definitely my Xbox controller. I can use my mouse for this, though, which is nice. They're different universes, you ask. Every game is... well, not every game in a sense, but essentially every game is its own universe. Even if there is cross-communication between the games and, like, time progression, things like that. And you stop lagging. Yeah, it's really weird. Honestly, don't think about it too much, because... What a surprise, Evil. I bet you if I checked such a thing, it would be half of that. Does everything need a recap? Obviously. I don't like how often this seems to be having issues. Like, it's only minor disruption. But... also, I don't think that's how hair works. I don't think it acts like a fabric, but... never mind that. Also, because I'm playing Pokemon Moon, I get to play a modern Pokemon game in the daytime, in-game. Fabric can be made of hair. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Is there an easier spot that puts my 3DS a little bit closer to the antenna? A reasonable spot that the charger reaches? Not really. I don't know, it is what it is. I'm trying to make a 3DS stream its screens to my computer. What do you expect? And of course, because it's a 3DS, it's only on 2.4, it's not on 5 GHz. Oh, fastest text. Still requires holding a button. Yeah, you could argue that, Evil. Not the 2.4 part. Bit before that. Also, a Wii U. You know, technically I could have a controller cam. Technically. I don't, because I don't have that set up on this. Why would I? They're Pokemon games. Why would I have a controller cam set up? Forget, do I have to talk to the box now? No, but I should definitely do this. Fastest, please. Battle effects. Get used to this, because, yeah. Microsoft controller. This controller drifts less than my Joy-Cons do. Never mind that my Joy-Cons were fixed in... crap, summer of 2024. No! Party box, automatic... With the frame drops, it gets really difficult to navigate the menus. Yeah, it is a bit, isn't it? I mean, to be fair, part of it is, Twitch. Very little of it, honestly, at this bitrate. Could be sufficient, but yeah. I mean, technically, I could do this. It's not gonna make it look better, technically, but... Oh. Oh, that is terrible. Thanks, I hate it. We're going back to this. Cool. Just lag all the way down. Being worse than it was earlier when I was testing it. Borb is the best pick, but this one, you'll see what I pick. I'm just mashing A. Also, get ready guys, we're going to be on this island for a long time. Okay. Kiosk. Of the three, or best, but if I had to pick 3DS, seriously? If I had to pick one beyond that, it would be the water one, because I am not using Firecat. You can't see anything, I know. It's really not. I mean, the first two stages are fine, but I actually like to evolve my Pokemon fully. So, yeah. No, you're not gonna drop connection strength now. I can only see it when I have the thing not full screen, but this is what happens when I don't full screen it. Yeah, again, I like to fully evolve my Pokemon, so there are only two realistic starter options. And one of them is unfortunately not the cat. You want a cat starter? Play Gen 9. Again, there's nothing wrong with Litten or Torracat, it's when it's fucking fully evolved. Alright, I already got that stuff. Oh well. I'm gonna go back to sleep, though. Am I the only one here that doesn't like Incineroar in the slightest? I've literally never chosen Litten because of Incineroar. Do not like it. They were doing so well with the design, and then they did bipedal physical fire starter again. Stop walking upward. Well, yeah, Kiosk, it's Gen 7. Everybody likes to shit on it because, well, like I said, we're gonna be on this island for a while. I think I can go up this way at this stage. I gotta get the Pokémon first, after all. Oh, wow. Am I just not allowed to open that? But I can do this. I can open the Rosalina menu, but I can't open the streaming menu. What the hell? To be fair, 3 of the cores on my 3DS are dedicated to the capture quality, so it kind of makes sense that it's struggling. Dude is floating. Was he floating? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and then OBS is just like, hey, yeah, I don't want to work now. Seriously, of all the things having issues, you should not be one of them. Yeah, the camera angle makes it less obvious with the player character. Can you stop being a piece of shit, OBS? I mean, it's probably Windows Update doing something in the background, or Defender. Pick your choice. Pick your poison. Either works. I wouldn't be using my controller, but I kinda don't feel like holding a 3DS for 3 hours. I'm used to holding this controller for 3 hours as well, so it works. It was undoubtedly Windows, because it makes no sense for the capture to be dying when I'm capturing a fucking 3DS. This is not taking a lot of performance. Between the 3DS capture and OBS, my CPU is sitting at, like, minimal utilization. That's actually very true, isn't it? Main loop restarted. Did that just happen? I think it did. Okay. It did kind of drop out there for a second, so that makes sense. Yeah, I even made sure to reduce the capture to only 30 FPS max, because it's a 3DS Pokemon game. You're not getting 60 FPS. Yeah, no, the lag is amusing. But like I said, this is using more of the 3DS's hardware to encode and send the frames off. And I'm not being very kind with the quality, so... I mean, look, again, you're getting this quality when it's not lagging out of a 3DS. And a piece of software on the computer to interpret what it's sending over the wireless. That is kind of impressive, is it not? Like, how is a 3DS able to do this? You wouldn't think that a 3DS would be able to do wireless capture. Yeah, only wired. Because then you're literally just stealing the signal from the device directly. This? No. It is encoding the frames, essentially, and sending them off over the wireless network. And it still runs this well most of the time. And this should probably be better since it's a cutscene. A bit of both. That's the capture lagging. When it was slowing down before, that was the game lagging. Also, suddenly, Zero. I didn't touch the controller. Thank you, controller. I mean, probably. Thank you for making the choice for me, controller. Get it? Or Nebby. That's what you get for not staying in the bag, though. This is fine. I mean, something. Yes. Oh, for fuck's sake, with the capture cutting out again. Rip bridge. Surprised that's running so well. I really find it hard to believe that it's struggling. Are you the kahuna? No. Also, that is a non-option because she just shakes her head and says, "The stone must be yours," or whatever. Fun fact. Chaos, the walk animations are just... yeah. My favorite is how the player has a completely different walk animation from any of the NPCs. To the point where they have to stagger when they set us walking versus the NPCs because they do not walk at the same pace. Yep, okay. I'm just gonna do that to effectively pause the game. It might mess with the capture, but I'm gonna try and move my 3DS somewhere where it might drop out less? I don't know. We'll see. Okay, well, it's much closer to the antennas on the back of my computer, at least. We'll see if this helps at all. I'd have to plug the charger into a different spot, though, in order to get it anywhere different. Because, well, the cable's plugged in behind me, and the 3DS is over there. That's not ideal. Yeah, it's not helping. Why the different way to capture? Well, I mean, doing it with actual hardware is always preferable. But also, Gen 7 emulation isn't the best. And the last time I tried it, it was not going well. So, and that was with Gen 6. To be fair, when it's not having issues, it's pretty good. Don't understand why I can't open that menu anymore. Well, I can tell you it's not going to be any better with this game, Kiosk. The problem with the Gen 7 Pokemon games is that they actually require more performance from the 3DS than the Gen 6 games. Evil, why? Well, I mean, Pokemon is a special shit case, but... yeah, these games... if you try and play one of the Gen 7 Pokemon games on an old 3DS, the OS basically has to shut down into a minimal state before the game can boot, because it requires more memory. And it still does not run well. The best way to experience Gen 7 is the same way that you experience Gen 9 on the newer hardware. It's dumb. Also, just because you guys were saying it before, I'm gonna pick Poplio just to annoy you. Controller. So, yeah. Having the extra performance is great for the streaming side of things, but because this game requires it, it means that one or both of them is going to be struggling. And yes, that's what Evil was trying to say. Don't you fucking start again. I swear. What do you mean Bonsley 2? Do I need to load up Legends Arceus? Do we need to see that? It's a Pokemon kiosk. Oh boy, a Pokedex. Boy, I sure do hope it stays as it is. I think it's great as it is. Actually, you know, I just looked over and noticed that's not set up right. You need to be on that. Yeah, there we go. What do I do now? Well, I know what I do. Why in the... No, it is. It's right there. I'm just blind. Because you see, here comes the fun part. And I can actually just press the home key from my controller, which is awesome. Let's see. We are going to do this for a moment. See, I'm going to do something different, and I tabbed out. Well, I mean, the music stops anyway. As soon as I get into the app. Are you going to work? I know I can launch games, but yeah, actually, that's a great question. Are you even going to work? It doesn't seem like it. I guess that doesn't work with the capture. Yeah, I'm trying to start an app. It ain't working, but I'm trying. Can't actually. Okay. It came back eventually. However, I can't see what I want to see. BRB. It's so jank that I actually had to hard shut down my 3DS. It did not want to do anything anymore. Yeah, anything Pokemon, especially in the 3DS era. That's loud. Oh boy, an update. Okay, I am back. I ended up unplugging the 3DS for a little bit there, so I kind of did have to kill things. I tabbed out. No, that's... I haven't heard that track in a long time. At least not that version of it. Oh, it restarts it. Should be fine. Previous versions of this capture stuff would actually not allow reboots of the software. Hello? It might be dead again. Yep, this is going great. Okay, BRB again. Okay. No controller troll that time. Anyway, I don't remember where I have to go at this point, so I'm going this way, probably down to meet Hao. And Hao. Anyway, there's been so many technical issues that we're about to take the first break of the stream, and that means it's already been an hour. By the way, I turned down the number of cores that the capture has access to, and, where did that work through? I can actually say no. Can I run away fully? Damn it, game! Oh well. So yeah, I don't think the capture is gonna fare any better with fewer cores to work with, but the game might. Water gun at level 5. What the hell? Only in Alola. Get ready. How does a stone sparkle from within a bag like that? Too many NPCs on screen. No, seriously, 5 is too many. I don't think reducing the number of cores the capture has access to is the right decision. Abby! God damn it. I'll probably put it back to the 3 cores that it defaults to. Take my break, since I can only apparently do that from on the 3DS itself. I mean, I say that. Because it's full. That's totally what chat thinks. Yeah, I don't know. Trust me, I would love to have a physical capture card for my 3DS, but they are not cheap, and they're only getting harder to justify, honestly. Yeah, see, that's kind of how I feel about Litten, Gally. Not its first evolution. It's the last one. I can certainly understand not liking Poplio's evolution. It's not a bad Pokemon to use. Yeah, but I'm right. It's time for a break. And you're a Pokemon using agility. Can I go to the Pokemon Center? Just let me go to the Pokemon Center! Fucking assholes, the lot of them. Alright, you... I right-clicked when I didn't mean to. Down there. That is where I have saved. Also, you can tell it's actual hardware, because it's not 9 o'clock, it's 8:56. My 3DS is just out of sync. Anyway, AFK scene. So, yeah, break time. I'm just gonna take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, and get away from the computer for a little bit. During this time, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream that I run ads, and running them now, it ensures that the gameplay itself is completely ad-free at the small cost of ads now when nothing is happening. Right. Doubting myself now that I think about it. Anyway. Yeah, ads now. They'll be over, though, by the time I get back, and then the gameplay is completely ad-free. And if you have a sub or you have Twitch Turbo, then you don't see it. Also, there's that new goal that I added. I haven't mentioned it once since Saturday, but it's there. There's a command for it if you want to know more. Don't make it happen. Anyway, yeah, when I get back, we'll continue the tutorial, because I had so many issues that it's taken this long just to even get to the catching tutorial. Welcome to Alola! Everything goes slower here. And that's not a joke. That is so true for so many things, especially with this hardware setup. Anyway, BRB. Alrighty, I am back, and let's just jump back into it, shall we? I don't see why not. Okay, Yep. Quality is looking great because there's too much on screen. Oof. I think that was honestly more the capture just being dumb than anything. I've got the 3DS not directly next to the antennas on my computer, but not that far away from them, so the fact that the capture's as bad as it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, now that we're an hour into the stream, catching tutorial. Which means I'll probably be leaving for Route 2 not too long before the next break starts. Yeah, Lola really is different. I mean, to be fair, part of it is my jank setup. Look, I'm playing off of actual hardware, alright? Even with all the jankiness, it still runs better than a fucking emulator. I'm gonna go this way. I don't think I've actually gone this way before. Because I'm not allowed to. This game is rude. Are any of the Pokemon here on Route... Not even Route 1. This isn't even Route 1. Is it Route 1? I don't remember what Route 1 is. Point is, they're not here. So I don't have a need for anything else. Fortunately, I don't need HM friends, because as of Gen 7, they've kind of done away with them. Except for BDSP, but that was a weird edge case, I guess. I don't know, they're basically remasters, but not very well done. What do you expect? Always faster to run up to and talk to a trainer, especially... Well, no, actually, I don't know that it actually is in Gen 7. Normally it is, but... Yeah. Man, BDSP was faithful. Grrr. Quality settings set to? I wonder, if I drag this over here, can you see it? You sure can. Yeah, I've got settings, but they're just off screen and you can't see them. You also can't see my cursor. That's great. Nah. Oh yeah. Showing the background there, along with going through the grass, that's a great way to drop the frame rate. Can't go behind the sign. Oh, it is so chunky. There you go. The funny thing is that this actually, the the settings for this is also handling the input redirection that is allowing me to use the streaming software is allowing me to use my controller with it instead of having to use the 3DS directly. And there's actually an option to swap the buttons. So like I just pressed Y and it did the X button option. That vehicle is quite loud. But if I untick a box, I press Y and nothing happens. Press X and the menu opens. So it actually allows you to swap around the controls, which is not strictly necessary, but it's a nice little thing. Because, like, even if I'm using my Xbox controller, it's still a Pokemon game, and I still default to the Nintendo control scheme for it. Although I don't think the triggers do anything, because, like, ZL and ZR aren't used in any Pokemon. They just never did that, or the nubbin stick. B-stick? Yes, technically. Yep, that's how you walk upstairs. Okay, just lag through it so you can't actually tell. Also, I already battled him, so why do I have to battle him again? Yes, I know it's only one letter off, but come on. God damn it. My attack fell? Oh no! Anyway. Yep, I sure am battling Hal, aren't I? Lowers my attack 2 turns in a row while using a water type. Hey look, I already know what the type matchup is. Boy, have I missed this feature. Don't forget, I can just tap that and, yep. I can see my stats. Oh, it's so wonderful having access to that again. It's not a necessity, but it is so nice not having to keep track of things like that on your own. So yeah, because Hal was a fucking idiot, as normal, this is a free battle. What, are you trying to put me into Torrent? Not quite there. Would have needed to have been, what, 8 HP? Or maybe even 7. But yeah. Once again, beat Hal and Hal. I love how this is actually worse than it was earlier. Honestly, it's because of where we're at. Iki Town with the fire in the background and all the NPCs around, yeah, of course it's going to lag. There's so much going on. The Island Challenge? Oh, there's so much plot, so much exposition, so much not actually playing the game. Yeah, hi Lily, I'm here as well. Yeah, fun fact, Pokemon Sun and Moon are actually Lily's story. You're just there. Is it just me? Well, I mean, I guess it is not perfectly gray. It looks weird in the capture, the bottom screen. But alternating gray and black lines, so of course it looks weird. Also, did she say that Kukui's just gonna let himself in? Well, guess who it isn't. Lily, she's actually respectful and waits for you to answer the door. Little pocket money, you say. Attempt number 4 or 5 at going to the Pokemon Center. Nope! I'm just never allowed to go there. Which means that all that hassle prior to the break was for naught thus far. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Yeah, there's a difference of the walking speeds. I don't know, Callie. It's hard to say because obviously I've earned some money since the beginning, but... not say it on here. Well, I've got 35,300, so 3,000? Or 30,000 rather? I don't know. A fair amount though. Also, yeah, if you ever wonder why the bottom right of the Pokemon thing, why it's not badges and why it's that, this is why. To match this. Because, you know, we don't have badges in this. We have stamps and Z crystals. That's what it's all based off of. Yeah, this is great. I swear in my testing earlier it was not this bad. And that was on, like, a completed save that I was testing. In fact. This one. It's nice that the Xbox button works as a home button. Settings all are set up right. I can toggle that on and oh look, you can see how bad the frame rate is. Well, actually that's probably more like frame time? I don't know. I don't actually know what the different numbers are. Anyway, dismiss that. Don't need to see it. Yeah, can we not do this? I like my Pokédex as it is. And the Pokédex is being made to be horrible. Yeah, don't forget, this is the first time we have Rotom decks. And this will help exactly, right? Lily gets it. Oh yeah, thank you, controller. It's useful in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. sometimes. In the originals, though, Rotom just doesn't shut up, and yeah. Yeah, how's not allowed up the ladder? Imagine if it was voice acted. Oh, one instance where I'm glad we don't have voice acting in the Pokemon series? I wonder if there ever will be voice acting. Island Challenge Amulet Get. Please no, Kelly. I wonder if there's a mod for that. Every time that Rotom does something, instead it just does the hey listen sound clip. Alright, so remember, How's not allowed up in the loft because that's Lily's space. Player character special though. It'd be funny for 5 minutes, and then, yeah, not so much. Can I just leave now? It looks like it. Yep, this is running very well. Come on, 3DS, catch up. I should have walked around. There's less grass on the backside. I can use my auto clicker to run away as fast as possible. That's just silly. An awakening? I already have one of those though. It is kind of nice hearing the original encounter music and everything, though. Because, of course, the better versions to play in almost every way are the Ultras. But, you know, better stories in this one. Can you get beans at this point? I'm not actually sure. You were not just drifting down, too. Son of a... Yeah, I think I can afford that. I was covering the cost, essentially. Cone. And some Pokebeans. Cool. Yeah, because, of course, I've already got access to refresh. Yeah, same controller, Callie. And, of course, it gets super bit ratey. Anyway, yeah. This is why I didn't care about the starter, because, there were 4 games. And I own all 4 of them for Gen 7. But there are only 3 starters. I want to use Mimikyu from the start. Can you please? So... I made the decision to instead use a Mimikyu as my starter. Because I want to use a Mimikyu as my starter. Why not? Why do you think I closed the game out earlier? I was transferring it in. Look, the requirement is only to catch 5 Pokemon from Kanto. If anybody's got a problem with this, that's the only requirement for this challenge. It's intended that my Pokemon otherwise is my starter, but again, there are 4 games, but only 3 starters. And Mimikyu is a little, not in the right spot there. I'm doing something different, because I can. Right? Windows, you good? You are having a time there. Or is that my display doing weird things? Could be either or, honestly. Anyway. Op. Do I have anything useful I can give it at this point? Castelia Cone, yes, that is very useful. No, I do not have anything useful at this point. Yeah, this is why I wanted to get to the Pokemon Center, so I could get Mimikyu instead of continuing to level up Popplio, because Popplio is just going to sit in the box now. When did you get ice cream? That's when I was talking to the guy over at the corner. Right, you have to press A in this game. Over here, this guy. Got the lemonade, and he gave out a Castelia Cone. And Poke Beans. What in the world? Just a Tauros. No, we could really afford to skip the trainer school. Really afford to skip the trainer. Yeah, because I have to play through the Alola games 4 times, I want to have a bit of fun with at least one of them. So, Mimikyu. I like Gen 7, but man if it's not a chore to play through sometimes. The first island challenge? Oh, I highly doubt it, Callie. I mean, I might just make it to the start of it, but actually getting it started is questionable. Because normally... Right, I encountered Pick-a-Peck in the wild. That did not do a lot, did it? What happened? Attack down. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, normally you would have the first badge by now, but not in Alola. Also, this is when Mimikyu was still good, and you didn't take any damage from its disguise breaking. Yeah, I still maintain that they destroyed, well, not destroyed, but they ruined Mimikyu's gimmick in Gen 8. So annoying that it takes damage. Nice crit when it may or may not have mattered, Mimikyu. Also, just by chance, it's a female Mimikyu. Does not matter in the slightest, but I just noticed that. Have to go back for you last. Yes, up this way. You think there's a Grimer in the area somewhere? Oh right, there's a Pokeball there too. God, for how little I've played through these games, I've played through these games a lot. Like, yeah, no, I remember where most of the shit is around here. Good. Astonish is physical, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, it has a chance to flinch though, doesn't it? You can't keep increasing your defense if you just can't move. Oh, it didn't work 3 times in a row, only 2. I didn't intend to move to scratch, but sure. This is ridiculous. Oh, right. Mimikyu is actually traded, so it gains boosted experience. That's not going to be an issue at some point, is it? I hope not. Hard to tell with you, Mimikyu. Yeah, I think the cheeks are where it likes it most. Gotta pamper the Mimikyu so that it likes me more and does good things in the late game. Oh, I think the quality just dropped off there for a little bit. Yeah, I didn't keep up with this in Gen 6 at all, because I'm not familiar with the system, but Gen 7, I've done it plenty. Yeah, exactly. The survives on 1 HP combined with the random crits can just be so good sometimes. I'm surprised that still gave hearts. You gonna eat another one? Nope. Laggy. Wait for it to catch back up. Continuing. Okay, 2 hearts means that it's pretty much done. Got 1 heart of affection, though, I mean... doesn't start getting good until 2 hearts. At which point, yeah, let me just look up real quick. Controller, stop being a nuisance. Okay, so in Alola, It's up to level 20 initially, 35 for beating Hala, 50 for beating Olivia, 65 for Nanu, and honestly, if I'm above level 65 by that point, I'd be amazed, even with the bonus experience. So I have to be mindful of that. If Mimikyu goes above level 20, I'm going to have fun. And 35 before Olivia. That's kind of rough, I'm not going to lie. That's slightly rough. Is there someone in here that gives an item? I forget. That kid gets it. I don't think there's any... the Pokeball picker-upper guys, they exist in Lumios, apparently. Alright, you just give that to me immediately. It reset things on me again. There. Do that simply. Yeah, you can move them. Yep, and that's why I'm so particular about where save is, because that is where I'm used to it being. Plus I want refresh on... Hey look, a Bonsley! Can we get any pans behind it, I wonder? There is actually a camera that pans behind the Pokemon, but... it's distant, I think? Like, far enough behind that you're not going to see any detail? Yeah, like that. Also, I don't know if it actually applies in this version of the game. Oh. Right. Good thing for disguise. Ow. I should probably visit the Pokemon Center. Like, I have potions. I could just use potions, or I could go talk to Lily. I forgot for a moment that Lily will heal your Pokemon for you. No, I didn't forget. Anything over in this corner? No. Seen it earlier, if so. Oh, there's the Grimer. Poison... I mean... just scratch it, I guess. For fuck's sake! All these Pokemon using... Stop it! I only have physical moves. Stop hardening. Oh, lovely. I don't think you need the quick claw, but sure. Oh, I finally lost my disguise. Do I have an antidote? I have 2 awakenings. I do have an antidote. Ow. Yikes. This is unfair. They all just set up their defenses and then I can't do anything. Wasn't an issue with Poplio, funnily enough. Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm in trouble. I am in trouble. I can't do anything unless he doesn't attack. And why wouldn't he attack at this point? I mean, the one thing I can do, I guess, is scratch because my controller is a piece of shit. Thank you, Microsoft. Okay. Just go with it. Fine. Well, that was a time. Fortunately, who needs to go to a Pokemon Center to heal a status? Hey, you want some food, or are you still too full? Oh boy, a TM! I mean, work up at this stage in the game isn't terrible. Especially with all the Pokemon that have hardened this early. Well... Heal my Pokemon, please. I can't believe that you beat all of my students. Outside of the Pokemon universe, that takes on a completely different meaning. Well. I guess just substitute Pokemon battles for any sort of game or something, and it's 7, but... It still can take on a completely different meaning. Not a good one. I mean... Wood Hammer? Not very effective, but it did a fair amount of damage. Considering the alternatives. That worked. Cost me a fair amount of HP, though. Oh, good. I'm gonna need to heal. I said heal. Okay, I've got a bunch of potions because the professor is nice like that. I need better moves. I really need better moves. What's Mimikyu's... Or no, level up moveset, I wonder. Priority lower attack. Yeah, Woodhammer is an egg move, by the way, that's why I have it. I don't know about the usefulness of Copycat. I mean, attack stalling could be useful, Copycat could be useful. I'm not getting rid of Woodhammer, but I also like having Astonish. And Scratch is a massive move because of, you know, being able to damage, so I don't think I'm gonna keep Baby Doll Eyes. I don't think so. Bold moves. Five Great Balls, oh goody. Oh boy, did that really need an announcement though? Lily, I need my Pokemon healed. Lily. He wants to keep traveling together? Is that what I got out of that little comment there? Yeah, I've never actually played the male player character on stream, possibly ever, so we get to see the alternate dialogue lines from the female player character, which get interesting at times with Lily. I will say that. I've mentioned it before when I've streamed Sun, but yeah, we get to see it for real. But that's in the future. You think regular Tauros is scary, you should see the ones in Paldea. Especially the rare variants that are water and fire types. You were struggling before, but loading the map up like that was not an issue. Okay. I guess they properly implemented LODs or something? Didn't have a bunch of NPCs standing around either? Good old Slowpoke. That could be a shiny and you would never know. Though, to be fair, I found like 3 or 4 of them in Gen 9. And not because I was looking for them necessarily, but because, like... Oh, that one's actually a lighter color, isn't it? That's a shiny. Everything's unhappy right now. OBS just lagged, the capture is lagging, the game is lagging. better in this little corner here. What do you say? I think the rightmost number is the frame rate, and I would believe it? Maybe not? No, it can't be. Which one's the frame rate then? Because it shouldn't be going above 30. Not talking to you, not talking to you, not talking to you. Oh, bitch. Get those off screen. I don't know how any of the 3D motion stuff is going to work. I mean, obviously the ultra ride wormhole thing isn't a thing in these games, so that's good at least. Does this controller even have a gyro? It should for how fucking expensive it was, but it probably doesn't. I will do no such thing, thank you. Don't want to talk to you, run away, god damn it. You really don't, though. Although I am kind of curious to see what it does. That button. Yeah, I've got no gyro control. I mean, I can use the left stick regardless, but... Yes. Oh, wow. Can you tell that a lot of NPCs loaded in around that point? Because, yikes. Lily certainly is a character. Shall we go get a Magirna? Yeah, no. Not available till the post-game. Nothing back there. Slowdowns. Good morning. Welcome to Alola. Like I said much earlier, because I'm playing Moon instead of Sun, I actually get to play during the daytime instead of the nighttime. Usually not the case for the newer games. Not when I'm streaming it. Yeah, just keep the camera like this. Just keep this up. No, don't pan it backwards. It is kind of funny seeing the game struggle that much. Not gonna lie. Empty lot where nothing of importance will ever go. Definitely. Oh. There are items in over here, but... Wet paint? Yeah. Game. Catch up. This one, however, is not wet paint. Here. There we go. Echoed voice. Is that any good? Probably not, because it's probably special if it's a sound move. And that does not help my Mimikyu. I'm not actually sure what Mimikyu's stats are. Yeah, very much a physical attacker. 8-point difference between the two at level 10. Oh. Okay, I'll actually talk to you, yes? Oh boy. I love how they just get ignored immediately. Here you ignore their music, though. Oh my, how terrifying. Oh, good timing for a break, I guess. You can tell when the encoding has a moment, but it doesn't lag because the quality just goes to shit briefly. I mean, like I showed before, I can make it look even shittier. Oh yeah, it's so smooth and blurry. My controller is drifting down now. That is fantastic. Oh. Stop with the drifting! See, that's what I was trying to do. Back to... Oh my god. You were playing a different game, so what, you were playing Sun? Maybe they already upgraded to the Ultras, who knows? Who knows? Oh yeah, thanks for that. Oh, don't immediately. Not right now. Thank you. Instead, I'm just going to stand directly in front of you for a few minutes, doing absolutely nothing other than looking at you. Not creepy at all. Anyway, as the bot said a couple minutes ago, it's time for a break. Just going to take a few minutes to stand up, stretch, get away from the computer for a little bit. During this time, I am going to run some ads. It's the only time during the stream I run ads, prevents pre-rolls for next hour, blah 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 blah. Ads now, so ad-free later once I'm back. That's the basic gist of it. When I do get back, though, we'll continue on the very slow crawl towards getting off the first island, which is not going to happen tonight. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Especially with the way the game is running at times. Yeah, it's probably not going to happen. But, I mean, again, my 3DS is over there, and there are no wires running between it and my computer. 3DSs should not be able to do wireless streaming, and yet. Not perfect, but this is also one of the more demanding games on the console. That's not helping anything. Anyway, hear me? Alrighty, I am once again back, and once again, let's just jump back into it. And yeah, we need to go and battle him, and it's lagging immediately, which is great. I look down at the map and it's like there's still a marker back there. Why is there still a marker back? Oh, right, I didn't battle the Smeargulls. Smeargull, singular? Either way. You have another Pokemon, though. Ogres. Okay. I mean, I can do this, it's gonna do damage, but... Did you really need to crit it with that move? I don't know that it was wholly necessary. Whatever. I'm gonna go back to scratch for the moment. It's a Smeargle. I don't need to use anything that strong. But also it's a Smeargle, so I could use one hammer, or wood hammer, and take it out pretty much immediately. Yeah, it's just a Smeargle. Okay, I've got 9 level ups before I have to be concerned. Just waiting for the frame rate to catch up. Because if I don't wait, it's not gonna catch up. Oh, how nice it would be to have a physical capture card. Unfortunately, I have no money to do such a thing. And, well, even if I did, I'd have to go for the more expensive option because I am not... No. It is not a plug-and-play solution. Soldering is involved. I am not set up or experienced enough to do that. It means the cost of it goes up that much more. Just run into it head first and possibly maybe pet it. Something? I don't know what just happened. Doesn't matter. Out of the way. Onward we go. God, the steps were almost in time with the beat of the music. That was bad. I think you can technically slip past this trainer if you're careful. But... eh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I wonder whose house this is. Is there any reason to go over there? I don't think there really is. There's also no real reason to go over here, but there is an item right here. I need to encounter one of them from further away just to remember whether or not it is the same speed or if it's faster to talk to them. Because otherwise it's really not worth walking all the way over to them. Not faster. Lag has really not gotten any better during the course of the stream, has it? I don't know if that's just because of maybe moving the 3DS was a mistake. Maybe it's just more handle. I mean, honestly, probably what I should have done is run the game off of the cartridge instead of off the SD card. Then I would have had to back up the save that was on the cartridge, deal with that whole headache. Which is easy enough, but still. Let's get figgy with it. Watch while I nab me some berries. I've already got self-esteem issues, man. Oh man, Team Skull. Nobody pays them any attention. Oh, Team Skull is so great. You know, it's kind of funny when your best move to use is Astonish. Team Skull, numbskulls. Yeah, I could get more berries. They do have their uses. Wait, I just remembered something. Is this active at this point? I've been lowering the quality of the stream, pulled a revive out of somewhere, the capture screen. So if it looks a little bit blurry, that's why. What? You don't have a sub. Yeah, the lower quality makes it look worse, but also it helps reduce the impact of the encoding. Trying to make it not lag as much. Got up eventually. Okay, guess where the item is. Far away as possible. No, not another one there. I don't think there's much of a difference. It's kind of hard to tell when the game's lagging. I don't think there's much of a difference between walking up to them and not. Because they don't move, really, when they spot you. First time in the series that was the case. Your Quick Claw activated? Okay. I saw the Quick Claw message and figured that, okay, I moved first, and then it moved first. Be like that, that's what I was expecting. Oh, come on. Are you priority? No. But it does enough. Fortunately, there's a Pokemon Center just over there. Hey! No? Do you not do that? Food. Eat. Oh, it will eat multiple. Lovely. Eat more. E? Okay. Okay, maybe not. Cute little thing. Yep, you're lagging, thank you. This is wonderful. Yeah, I see almost the same thing that you guys see. I just don't have to deal with the extra occasional bit of lag from OBS is all. So, the experience ain't great for me either. You still give more hearts? I mean, I could sit here doing that even longer, but also, we only just got to Route 2 a couple minutes ago. It feels like, at least. Wasn't that long ago, certainly. And how? Did you really just call it a PMC? And how? Now I have 4 revives. I will get my Pokemon healed. Reason not to. What do you sell here? That, I think, is the regular guy? No, this is the regular guy. Had a super potion on the top, it threw me off. Yeah, I mean... Probably 2 more, just because why not? Not a bad idea. I just wanted the berries. Rock Smash, huh? Yeah, that's a great move to use. I do wonder how this first trial is going to go. I'm not sure it's going to be good, but... see what happens, I guess. If I was really worried, then I could always bring Poplio, even though it's at a lower level at this point. But... I don't know. Yeah, blah 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 blah. Let's get the trial started. I got 40 minutes. That way. Sudden camera perspective change. That's the 3DS lagging, not the capture lagging. Just a little laggy. You know, funnily enough, Sun actually would have been the easier game to play through. I mean, fortunately, I think the totems are a bit easier in Sun and Moon. Helps. Something just occurred to me, but that is very much a future issue. Don't have to worry about that anytime soon. I'm not going to. Also, nice and early Moss Rock. Enjoy looking at it because it's alternate twin? I don't even know. The other version of the Moss Rock, if you want to call it that, the Icy Rock, is extremely late in the story. Does this count as one from the den? Oops, oh, it came from there. Of course, they might be a lull in Rattata, but they still no tackle. Yeah, well, fortunately, Glaceon is not a Gen 1 Pokemon. It is very much a Gen 4 Pokemon, so not a concern. I did consider that, though, in one of the playthroughs. Was it Gen 4? I don't know. One of them, I considered I could get an evolution that isn't Gen 1, but then it would be going against the challenge. Just before I get roped into everything else, let me go down and grab this. Break, you say? That's convenient. Do you learn it? No, that is highly unfortunate. item before checking the final of the 3 dens. Oh no, it keeps moving! How am I ever supposed to get it? But yeah, no, Stop! Please! Fairy Thief Boy's back again. Remember us? Who are you? I don't think I've ever not chosen that option. But yeah, the late game evolutions in this. Like, I did have a Vikavolt in my first playthrough of Sun, if I remember correctly. I think I did, yeah. I had a Vikavolt. Although, it wasn't a Vikavolt for the longest fucking time. Mimikyu is happy. Oh, you love this. Yeah, the electrical field and the icy rock. I mean, the icy rock didn't change in the ultras, but at least they added the magnetic field to the power plant, where it logically should have been in the first place. But no, it wasn't. Okay, now here's a question. Do I want ability to flinch or priority with slightly higher damage? I mean, I've yet to use Copycat, so I could technically use Copycat instead, or remove Copycat instead. I don't know that I'm actually going to use it all that much, so I guess it's fine. It does have its uses, but yeah, I don't see myself using it much, if at all. So, screw it. They're saying things, it doesn't matter. I'd run if I were you. Team Skull is so good. Anyway, there's one there, and then the other one's over here. So, yeah, guess what? That's where we're going. How convenient. They think they're being a nuisance, when in reality, they're actually being super helpful. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they're not, but Team Yellow was also pretty damn useless. But, yeah, no, Team Skull is... they're just hooligans. Not even in a bad way most of the time either. Yeah, that's actually a fair point. Team Skull is hardly an evil team. Team Yellow is not an evil team. Although they do try and keep people out of the only name that comes to mind is Stow-on-Side, but I know that ain't right. No. Yep, that's Galar for you. They are cheerleaders, yes. How is this not close enough? You literally turned to acknowledge that I am there. How is this not close enough? Ridiculous. Also, they could have just made him walk off to the side, but no. Just fade to black and teleport him over. Cities had names in Galar? Some of them did, certainly. Almost looked like there was a glint over here, but no, that's not one of these games. One of those games. Alright, I don't know how well this is going to go. But let's see what happens. Can I have that TM? I don't even know what it is, but can I have it? Big rat indeed. Fortunately, because I just battled one of them, the type matchups are there, not that I don't know what they are. Which stat gets boosted? Defenses, of course. Of course. Mimikyu is thinking about Pokebeans. I can feed you after the battle. Relax. Okay. It's Moon. The totem allies are not that bad. Yep, that's the slot I wanted to attack. Thank you very much, game. Appreciate it. What a waste of HP. How dare. You know, if you had just crit it, it would have been fine. For fuck's sake, controller. I feel like this isn't respecting any sort of dead zone on the controller, and it's just taking... Or it's got a very minimal dead zone. It's just taking almost a raw input from it. Which is why I'm getting such bad drifting. I don't feel as though it was that bad. Okay, so that wasn't really that bad, honestly. But yeah, Dark versus Ghost, that's not great. Okay. Allium Z get, which is kind of useless to me. I doubt it, Callie. Maybe bite? Let's see, Totem Pokemon. I see what the moveset is. I mean, assuming it wasn't any different from the normal level up moveset, I guess I could just look at that. That is Gen 6, not Gen 7. Alolan Raticate by level 12. Yeah, it would have known Bite. It learns it at 10. Yeah, Ghost type this early is a little cheesy, but again, I want to have fun with it. And there's 3 starters for 4 games, so I need an additional Pokemon if I don't want to double up. Oh, Ilima's? I don't know. I'm adding on the S because plural, but, well, let's not get into the grammar of that. But anyway, Ilima's giving me their great balls. Some great balls. Something like that. Don't have Tauros yet, so I can't actually get up to that HM, so I'm never coming back for it. Because I'll forget about it, basically. But yeah, no, having a Mimikyu at this stage in the game is definite cheese. But at the same time, like, when do you get to use a Mimikyu from early in the game? Especially in Gen 7, where it's better than in any subsequent games because of the disguise bullshit changes. I was hoping to just run out and have the lag fix itself during the transition, but nope. Also, could you believe it that Zubat is not on the list of Pokemon in every game? Somehow it's not. I think Gen 5 is responsible for that one. Why is the flag still sent to the cavern? Right, Callie? The fact that two letters can look so close to one another. I mean, that goes for many letters of the alphabet, especially in different... Okay, one of those is a 1, isn't it? I feel like there's a slight difference in the one versus the other from this distance, but I could be wrong. Honestly, on my iPad... Oh, stop. On my iPad, I can't even tell the difference. I think there's a slight height difference between at least two of them. But, yeah. Why are there delays between being able to dismiss these damn... Just let me go faster, this is taking too long tonight. Oh yeah, here's another catching tutorial. Not literally, but another tutorial. Like... Yeah, can I just have the Ghost-type crystal instead? Actually, can we upgrade to Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon instead? Then I can have Mimikyu's type move. Where is that? Z-Power Crystals. Yeah, that one. I want that crystal that I'm now hiding because it's not in this game. Sort yourself out, game. Oh. I was hoping to go to the left, but I didn't expect one to be that close that quickly. I think there's a gap into the left that they don't go into, but I could be wrong. I mean, sure, why not? You know, that's very rude. The number of Pokemon that either use Growl or Harden in on Melee Island, just absolutely ridiculous. Oh boy, a pretty wing. Yeah, and this is why there's a little cutout to hide in. I said to hide in. got a little bit of headroom for experience, so might as well level up a little bit more. Especially now that I've got, what, like 1.4x experience? Oh, this Mimikyu is gonna be leveling up so quickly. It's kind of problematic, actually. Level 20 for Island 1, level 35 for Island 2. I think there's an item over here. Not worth picking up, but it is here. You know, I wouldn't mind using the Q to fly. Because Rabambi is surprisingly good. But that's not what this challenge is about. So. Fuck's sake. There may not be an item there. I don't care. Yeah, fortunately, I don't need the game to tell me where to go most of the time. I know where to go. Matter of where exactly is the entrance to this place again? I know it's up here. Exactly how far along, I don't know. It became a bit too easy. Yeah, I can imagine. Getting a traded starter. And that's why I abuse the Pokemon refresh. Because you can get basically the same experience boost for not too much effort. I've already got it active, because I've got the 2 hearts. What exactly are the affection levels again? Of course, affection and friendship are basically the same thing nowadays. I'm not tabbed into the game. Oh, it's fine. Affection level 2, Pokemon will gain 1.2 times normal experience. And traded Pokemon get a 1.2x multiplier. I don't know if that stacks or is additive, how it stacks rather. If it's additive or multiplicative, I don't know. Either way, it's a noticeable boost. 3 and higher may endure attacks that otherwise make it faint. Initially 10%, but 15 level 4, 20 level... No, 20 halfway between 4 and 5 roughly, and then 25 at level 5, which is kind of nuts. Affection level 4, shake off status conditions 20% of the time at the end of the turn. 200 affection or higher. Pokemon can sometimes avoid attacks by subtracting 10% from their accuracy. Moves that cannot miss are not subject to that, because they always hit, and that's just that. They don't have an accuracy percentage, they just hit. Yes, those are Pokemon that are somewhere. And then affection level 5, Pokemon's chance of scoring a critical hit is doubled. Which means it goes from a 1 in 24 chance to a 1 in 12 chance, I believe? You throw in a move that has an increased chance of critting, and that's like a 1 in 6 chance to crit. 1 in 3? I don't remember. Probability from above is multiplied by 2. I'm tabbed out again. Yeah, we're still in that post-XY era where it was a thing. Pikachu. Shadow Sneak. Speaking of crits... So yeah, with in Gen 7 and onward, the base chance with maximum friendship is 1 in 24, and if you get plus 1 stage, it's 1 in 4. Plus 2 stages is guaranteed. Normally you have to get to 3 stages for it to be guaranteed, but nope. Not when you have max friendship. So yeah, Shadow Claw, that gives you a 1 in 4 chance of critting, I believe. Once you have the full friendship, it's only mildly busted. Imagine being able to crit 25% of the time. Give it a scope lens? No, that's the one that does accuracy boost. Whatever the item that boosts critical hit ratio is. That is just going to make it even more busted. Mimikyu is not the strongest Pokemon, but it does have a pretty damn good attack stat for what it is. Throw in the friendship shenanigans and, oh, okay, now we're having fun. Too much visible. It hurts. I tried talking to them and I just ran in front of them instead. Sure. If I hurry up, I might be able to take on Ala. So that next week we go to the second island. So at least we only spend one stream on Melee, and then next week, you know, we're on Akala for the entire stream and then some. I don't have control anymore. Like, I don't have any control anymore. Nope. Okay, there we go. I didn't have to get up to mess with it, yay! Laziness prevails. Yeah, I never battled this kid, so let's just take care of that real quick, I guess. This is just basically like early on in Legend ZA, where you have those rare one Pokemon trainers, you sneak up on them, just one attack, and the gun. Sneak attack. You win. Or whatever the wording actually is for it, you know? So disappointing that that only happened like once or twice, for me at least. There weren't many trainers that only had one Pokemon. But being able to one-shot them with a surprise attack. It was beautiful to just immediately go from surprise attack to victory. Like, you entered a battle. You're done with the battle. Am I healed up? I don't know. It's probably fine. God, how good this theme is. Especially good because it starts out all serious, right? Also, the NPCs are baked into the background, I think. But yeah, it starts out all serious and then... it's a little bit, slightly bit more relaxed, you could say. Okay. Not great. Better. I mean, I could try a couple of Astonishes just to see if I get the flinch. So that's 9. What was I at last? 16. I don't know, Callie. Nope, no flinches. That's a shame. I'll give it the super potion. Safer that way. Yep, because Quick Claw is definitely needed on a priority move. I forget, does Ghost work on fighting? Yes. Sand attack, you piece of shit. If only I had used Shadow Sneak both turns. It doesn't matter which move I select. Okay, Mimikyu just does not give a damn about your accuracy. Bullshit. Yep, no, it's fine. And don't forget, this is a thing. Cleaning the dust off of your Pokemon after a battle. Probably dirt, in reality. Eat up. Need to get those benefits because cheese. Not enough cheese as it is. Right, Kelly. Hey, look, my Mimikyu did a good job, so I need to give it the love and attention that it requires. With its obnoxiously small spots that it likes to have rubbed. Oh, really? Okay, that's 3 hearts of affection already. It's basically the end of the first stream, and Mimikyu already has 3 hearts of affection. Hell yeah. I was wondering when it would start doing that. Possibly, Kelly. I don't think so, but I don't know that for a fact. Yeah, no, it seems very fast. 3 hearts is surprising. Even if I have been shoving berries down its throat and rubbing its fake cheeks a lot. A lot. A reasonable amount. Give me another high five. No? Do I have to re-click? I love that it does that. It doesn't give you a boost or anything, but Pokemon does like it. Oh, hi. You get over there. That's critical hits, that's totem. Oh. Affection. Okay. Edge case? I don't know. Just... it's as thick as your character's own. Yeah, it is. Trying to figure out if trading does affect it. Can't find anything saying it. But that doesn't mean it's not the case. I don't know. So to hit level 3 affection requires 100 points. I should probably go to this. setting Pokemon in a favored spot is +4, right? Every single heart is 1. Speed Pokemon Whole Plane Bean is +3. A Rainbow Bean is +125, if you're wondering why that does so much. That's why. Care for Pokemon using any of the caring tools, +4. So affection resets when it's traded, but that only applies to the new trainer. The affection is retained for the original trainer. I don't see anything indicating that a trade has an effect on it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. I guess I can... do this. Yeah, something like that, Kelly. I'm glad I laid out everything on my stream deck in a logical order. It makes figuring out which button to press to put these on the screen that much easier. Also, that is... Yoink! Ah yes, in slow-mo. But the audio is still synced. Yeah, there was the level 35. Yes, this is Moon version, so the day and night is reversed. Thank you for pointing that out. You want an easy way to boost affection. Apparently you get +10 points for taking a photo with a Pokemon at the Alola Photo Club. And you save the photo to the SD card. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon exclusive, of course, but +10 points is not bad. I-5 Pokemon is -2 enjoyment? What? You know... lowering enjoyment actually increases the affection that you gain, so I guess that's not a terrible thing. Yeah, I got the bike! Woo! Yeah, you just magically change it into a special uniform, don't question it. Don't question how the Pokemon gets there either. You don't possess them, but... with a friend of yours. I wonder who that friend could be. They don't perhaps like electric types, do they? I'll swipe. Okay. Sure. Can I get my frame rate back, please? Okay, the bot did message about end of stream. It just was back a ways in chat. I got distracted by the friendship boost. Oi, wake up. I gave it 9 berries, which was, what, 4? No, 3 apiece? So that's 27 friendship right there. Yeah, you can't actually hear me, though, most likely. Yeah, because its enjoyment is too high, I only got 2 hearts of affection instead of 4. Buddy controller. Maybe I should hook up my Joy-Cons to my computer and use that as the controller. Oh, charger's at like 50% battery. Oh well. Double save because you can never save too much. I don't have a way to shut it down, and that doesn't actually let me see the menu. Disconnected. I think I got the shutdown command correct. I think I actually shut it off. I was doing that completely blind. I can't see the Rosalina menu. You're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. But I think I got the right one. Alright, well, minimize that so I can actually close it. And, yoink. End scene. Of course, I was going to set up the Tauros on the correct button on the D-pad so I could actually hit it instinctively. I think up is my default. But that can wait until next week. Anyway, next stream. I don't know. Saturday, probably. I mean, yeah, that one. Again, I don't think FNR is truly coming back for 2026. EJ doesn't seem all that interested in doing it how we were, and I mean, some changes were definitely needed, but we weren't going to do a full season like we were of EJLMS anyway. No more than 6 races, certainly, but maybe even just down to like 3? And not even have a championship so much as just special events for the big races. But yeah, I don't know that we're returning to that at all. I'm not involved in the backroom chatter, so I don't know much more than most people do. But from what I do know, yeah, it doesn't sound like FNR is going to be returning, which is a shame. But at the same time, I think what most people wanted out of FNR is not what I want out of FNR, which is just, sim racing, but also sometimes doing proper combos, sometimes doing random combos, sometimes, basically not doing the same thing over and over and over again. A good variety of tracks with a decent variety of cars. That's what I want. But most people don't know the tracks well enough to be happy with that. And they don't know the cars well enough to necessarily be happy with that either. So more repetition, less variety. Probably what suits most people. Doesn't work for me. I know the shit. I don't need repetition. I want variety. So yeah, there's not going to be much more than the big races, most likely, at least in Assetto. If LMU gets picked, then fuck me, I guess. Oh well. Yeah, I'm not saying that everybody else wants repetition for practice. But I think the people who want the variety like genuinely more tracks and maybe more cars to a point as well, because the number of worthwhile to drive cars is kind of on the lower side compared to the tracks. You know, because there are a number of people who struggle. Callie's been getting good as of late, so I gotta. If we ever get back to racing, I've gotta be watching out for him, apparently. Especially since I'm not doing LMU because kernel level bullshit. Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, you did have to get good at the worst time, didn't you? Of course, we should be coming up on Daytona, but again, uh, the the open back channels, which is basically all of the channels, realistically, there's been nothing. If there's been any discussion, it's either been in the one private channel, which I don't think would be the case, or it's been in DMs. So, yeah, don't expect a 2.4 hour for Daytona this year. Beyond that, though, I mean, what would we do? French countryside, of course, is always a possibility. But between here and there, there's not a ton of big races. I mean, there's the 200, I guess, if you want to deal with Trash Car. But we haven't even been doing much of that in recent times, despite it not being as laggy. So, yeah, I don't know. Point is, I gotta find something new to do on Friday nights if I want to keep streaming at least 3 times a week, if not 4. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Haven't felt motivated to do much. Other than work on 5M stuff, apparently. That's been going. Most wanted playthrough. I did that a few years ago, Callie. I have no interest in doing that again at this point. Yeah, like I could, obviously, but yeah, that was another issue with AC, which was partially inflicted by EJ being the way he was. But it's the end of the week. It's relatively late at night. Although 9 is still the earliest we've ever done any sort of racing, typically. But yeah, doing more races in a single night like we used to do on Piece of Shit 2 would be nice, but Seto isn't super great for that. But the problem is, if not Seto, then what? AMS2 technically has the variety, but it's also got a shit ton of DLC that gets expensive very quickly. And that's another problem with LMU as well. Even if you buy the base game, well, what about all the DLCs? Plus, the only real variety is in the tracks. Especially without the DLC. What was it? Like, you get 2 classes of cars and 7 tracks? You got a bit of variety with the cars, but not much. Just within the classes. I don't know. Why are we talking about this? Right, because Friday night streams. I don't know. I'll figure something out for Friday night eventually, but I'm also kind of just waiting to see what the hell happens with FNR. Because I know Max has talked with EJ, but nothing's been said publicly about it. Other than, like, it's not looking great. I mean, I guess if that goal is met in the bottom left, I could do that Mondays and Fridays. I guess I should mention that, because it has been there since Saturday. If anybody wants an explanation, rather. I don't really want to play my winter car. And it obviously doesn't cost anywhere near that much. But I got bills to pay, and I don't want to play the game. and I don't want to have to spend the first 30 minutes of any playthrough getting rid of the problem, because I don't care to deal with that bullshit. But if you want to help fund my life and make me do that, there you go. Don't gift me the game on Steam, though. I can get it for $10 myself, plus tax. So it would actually be cheaper for me to buy it myself, but I'm not buying it. I've already got a My Summer Car playthrough to do at some point. No, I haven't forgotten about that. But my winter car is the big thing right now, so. Anyway, I don't know. Next stream will probably be Saturday night, because I can spend Friday night doing other stuff, like working on 5M stuff more. There's going to be a fun explanation on Saturday night about some of the changes, because, oh god, the stupidity I finally noticed the other day. Why is the script this way? Why is the script the way it is? Just why? Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Yeah, next stream is probably Saturday night. Don't expect anything Friday night, even if that has typically been a time that I stream in the past. Also, I guess just to mention it, since I'm looking at my wheel, Truck Sim is an option, but I'm mostly stuck to ETS2, and you tend to travel the same routes a lot if you go for the longer hauls. And ever since, like, what was it, 1.47, 1.48, I just haven't really gotten on with the truck physics. They changed them to be more realistic, but dicking around is kind of why I enjoy doing Truck Sim at this point. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, if you want to watch some ads on the way out, feel free to stick around. If you're a sub or you have Twitch Turbo, which I gotta say, it's been nice having Twitch Turbo for a month. I have it for like 5 more days. But anyway, if you fall into one of those two categories, you shouldn't see ads regardless. But if you don't fall into either and you don't want to see ads, just leave. At the end of the stream, you're not going to miss anything. Anyway, that's going to do it. Why no ATS? I don't have any of the DLCs. I'll answer that really quickly before I actually do the playthrough. I have Washington, Oregon, and New Mexico. That's it. So, winter sale, bruh. My budget is $0. Oh. Plus, winter sale is already over. I'd like to get the DLCs at some point, but I have more important things to be wasting money on. Like, you know, my car battery, which died not too long ago. And I need a new rear bumper for the damn thing, because it's rusting out. And I need other fixes, and I need other things, and... Isn't $0 a bit generous? You know what? Yeah, sure, you're not wrong. Point is, I don't own as much DLC for ATS as I do ETS2, so... much smaller area, and that problem of traveling the same corridors becomes that much worse. So I tend to prefer ETS as opposed to ATS. Anyway, as I was going to say before you asked that question, which is fine, that's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Later.